Okay, I'm now recording, people. I thought I'd do a video for you people. Am I still running for president in 2012? Well, I got a lot of people, at least over 5,000, saying they're behind me, they're behind me, they're going to do the job. But, are they? Well, let's put it this way. If these over 5,000 people that are behind me that's saying they're going to do the job, why is it every time I turn around and look behind me, as far as I can see, I see no one? So, if they're behind me, I'd like to know when, where, and how. As far as president, let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about the present. Let's talk a little bit about the future. Is there a bright future for the United States? I really don't see a bright future for the United States until the American people start realizing where our future lies. I was reading the Wall Street Journal, and the banks are considering doing something they should have done in 2008, 2009, and start guaranteeing the foreclosures that the banks are holding. That should have been done years ago. But then we didn't have a leader who was strong enough to lead the nation. So, but we did have a president who said to Nancy Pelosi, okay, we're the Democrats, we can do what we want now. And they kind of really messed up the country real bad. It wasn't bad enough when Bush left, but everything started tumbling and nobody bothered to stop it. Nobody bothered to say that the individual family, the family unit in their home, is the strength of the United States of America. They didn't bother to keep it. They didn't care. We have to save the banks. We got to save the big corporations. If they would have done a couple things, that simple little things that would have cost a lot less money, they could have actually done it. One is to stop the foreclosures, and two, stop paying companies for developing or sending jobs overseas. Reverse that. Assist the companies, make it so they can open and operate inside the United States of America. A lot of people think it's just cheap labor that forces the companies out. No, it's all the special interest EPA groups that make it so hard for a company to develop a factory. Even though they want to do it green-wise, and even though they realize they have to protect the environment, your special interest, selfish little groups tore our economy apart. And did we have a president strong enough to stand up? No, because he doesn't know how to be a leader. Is he strong enough to be a strong leader now? Well, at least he's somewhat of a leader. Strong enough to be a true leader? No. Obama won't be remembered in history as a great leader. He will be remembered in history as the second, that's right, you heard me, the second black president of the United States. The first one, John Hanson. And people argue, well, he was not president of the United States of America. Well, I hate to shock you, but under the Constitution or under the Articles of Confederation, the United States of America was a country. The title, I said, President of the United States of America, not under the Constitution. So that makes Obama the second. And he is a second-rate president. I don't know, some people compare him to Jimmy Carter as far as his accomplishments, which, if that's his accomplishment, I feel sorry for him. I really, truly do. Is Rick Romney any better? I don't know. Would I be any better? Hands down. And how do I have the audacity to say that? Well, I don't know what gives me the audacity to say that, except for while I'm going through college and I'm studying all this economics for business and all that, I'm finding out that they're doing all kinds of things wrong. That they're really messing up things pretty well. Now, truthfully, I agree with Obama that the rich need to pay their fair share of taxes. But you see, it's not just that the rich, it's these companies that are getting all these loopholes that aren't paying taxes. That goes to the rich. For example, let me just use an example. One big company, General Electric, paid no taxes last year, but paid their CEO a humongous bonus. Well, he wouldn't have been able to get that humongous bonus if GE paid its share of taxes, because they would have less to give him. But you see, this is what's messed up. But who controls this? Congress? No. Congress goes where the money is because their job depends on where the money is. Why does their job depend on where the money is? Our Constitution is not set up for an economy controlling government. I mean, it's a government of the people, by the people, for the people. Not of the bankers, of the rich, by the rich, for the rich. But it sure seems that way. Why is it that way? Well, look at me. That's why. Look at me and you will see exactly why. You out there, each and every one, you have a responsibility to this country. And you slough it off. Some of you are special interest groups for the ecology. Some of you are special interest groups for Greenpeace. Some of you are special interest group for the animals. Some of you are for global warming. Some of you for this. Some of you are for that. Some of you are against the NWO. The European Union is doing a pretty good job on the NWO right now. It's dragging them to their knees. It's not working. So, where is the truth? Where is the failure? When you look at me, it's not that I'm the failure. It's that my supporters are the failure. They say they're there. They say they're ready. I've got one that said, well, we're at the point where we need to go. Probably next step will be going out into the streets. We should have already been out into the streets, talking to people, telling them of JD. It's too late now, but 2012. And I'm not talking about going with guns. We do not need guns. We don't need ball bats. We don't need clubs. We only need two things. Well, three. Your voice, a piece of paper, and a pen. Write down the information and pass it around. Tell people. That's all we need. The truth. And the Constitution of the United States of America. We are failing our country. Not our government. Our government does what we allow it to do. I mean, look. You went from, oh, we're going to be independent, we're going to pull everyone out, we're going to create the Tea Party. Republicans say go to Tea Party, Tea Party. Now you just got another group of Republicans in there. It's still the Republicans. You know, it's like I always said, an SUV is nothing more than a station wagon by another name. The old expression, a rose by any other name is still a rose. Tea Party by any other name is still Republican. There's a few people that aren't, but most of them are Republican. They get the money from the Republican Party. They get all that because they were taken over. I tried to combine Occupy America and the Tea Party together. Maybe under the Constitution is, where our goal is to give the people the voice and hand the people the government in their hands. No, that's not good enough. You want to associate me to some other political group called the Constitution Party, which is purely a religious organization. I'm sorry. I'm a strong believer in what Jesus told me, and it's written down. When he held that coin up and he said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar, and render unto God what is God's. At dinner, I say grace, thanking God for dinner. But when it comes to the government, that's man's doing, not God's. And we need to straighten it up, and we need to do it together, all of us. Do it with a kind heart, a believing heart, a truthful heart, and it can be done. Do it with the way we're doing it, expecting people to do our job. Expect what you got. Nothing. You people do not understand what I tell you. I can fix our country, but I can't do it alone. It takes each and every one of you. That means your voice has to be heard, each and every one of you. I don't give a doggone how you origin in this country. I don't care whether you have a background that of any ethnic group. I don't care. I don't care if you're the first generation American that was nationalized, or you have been here for the whole beginning from 1607. I don't care. You're all Americans, each and every one of you, and your voices are not being heard. And that's the promise I made to you. I would bring your voice, but that's not good enough. You want to hear the crap. You want to hear the falsehoods. You want to hear the stories. I could sit there and tell you my primary goal is going to be to stop foreclosures once people feel safe in their home, and then go and create manufacturing back into this country. Not jobs, manufacturing. Once we have manufacturing back into this job where we could stand on our own 2 feet, we will then be able to say we have done it. And unemployment will drop because we will have so many jobs that we can't fill them. But until you people realize the Constitution says who runs the government, is supposed to be the people, not Congress, not the president. And until you decide to find a president who has strength of a leader, who can get everything together and get us in the direction of our destiny, our future, we're going to be meandering around, floundering in the surf. Our ship will be adrift, going in any direction the current wishes to carry, or as I would say, big money wishes to take it, until you, the people, grab the helm and start steering. That's it. Bottom line, the Constitution says this is your country. I say yes, we together can and would fix our nation. But it's up to us together. Not a political party. Both parties have their pluses, but unfortunately their negatives are extremely heavy. I don't see anything in either candidate that's worth voting for. But I am not going to be the spoiler of 2012 either. If we're not going to win, I'll write my name in, but I don't expect anybody else to. I don't expect anyone else to put JD down there. Because we either do the job or not. Like someone once said, you either shit on the pot or get off. And you all are just sitting there reading the newspaper expecting somebody else to do the job. You all have a nice day. This is JD. and understand it's your decision on what this country does and where it goes. Nobody else's. And by you voting, that's how you make that decision. And as long as you continue to listen to the, I don't know what you want to call it, dog and pony shows that are on TV, on these ads, these promises of all kinds of stuff that you know no one man can do, yet they make these promises. Gosh, are you all so foolish to believe in such hypocrisy? Then that's why our government is all messed up. You believe hypocrisy instead of searching for the truth. This is your country. It's your nation. Its future is in your hands. Not the president's, not Congress. And how you decide to use that authority or abuse that authority is how our nation will go. Thank you. This is JD.